Work from home, I think it's a new normal now. And today, with the global pandemic and the lockdown, we are in a very different situation. The perimeter has blurred, and the people are now working from home. Right? I think we never anticipated this scenario when the cyber security meetings or information security meetings used to happen in the boardroom. So this is a completely new, uncharted territory for all of us, including me. So I think we'll have to learn, we'll have to evolve with in terms of how you would be responding to this situation more effectively, having the security aspects in place now. So that's the important point. So I'm not saying it's a the today the mindset is basically a little more tactical, but the working from home has become a little more strategic elements. So we need to shift our thought process from little tactical to being a more strategic in terms of how to manage it more effectively. I think I'll go with the traditional definition of InfoSec, which equally applies to this evolved scenario, which is the people, processes, and technology. So we need to make sure that the people understand the implications of working from home, because there are no right or adequate environmental controls which are there in the office environment. So the environmental controls does not exist in a way, right? Second important point is data privacy, right, which anyway gets clubbed with the environmental control. So there is a CCTV camera, there is a people, there is a team sitting besides you, around you, and you are working. Work from home, you are complete luxury. So data privacy aspects is extremely important. So people need to understand that their responsibility towards securing the organizations and securing the data on which they are working is going to be the extremely important expectations or important security control. Third point is they need to be equally aware that because they're working from home, the dark web, the fraudsters are in a way free. That's what we have seen. We keep reading the articles. So there would be some kind of phishing emails, phishing phone calls, advising people to download the malicious mobile apps in the name of COVID-19, maybe in the name of RBI or from their parent banks, or maybe from World Health Organization. So people need to be careful that their bank doesn't ask them all these important credentials, their personal credentials. So they need to be alert in terms of what they download, what where they respond. So InfoSec awareness is an extremely important key. From technology perspective, I think we have fortunate to have reasonably good technological solutions in place. I mean, all of us as an industry per se. So people will make use of it. That technological solution will also go through a evolution, I'm sure, gradually now. And that's what I think people will respond. So, but the present mindset largely is to respond to this situation more effectively. And I think that's what is going on right now. And third and important aspect is that the organizations may not have formulated a work from home policy, which is there now in a way. So from people perspective, awareness, as I said, from processes perspective, policy framework about working from home. And in the technology perspective, we need to make sure that the technology evolution has to happen. I personally believe that the current technology has to undergo in terms of the solution approaches to accommodate the data privacy elements, something like if somebody comes into between the user and the camera, the session gets disconnected, or if there is a strong ransomware or sophisticated malware, the session gets either disconnected or the malware gets blindfolded. So I think that's how I'll look at it. The second point is about the architecture. I think the architecture, in my view, will undergo change. Why I'm saying it, as I said earlier also, the perimeter is blurred. The software defined perimeter is becoming a reality. Actually, if you see, the endpoint is becoming, another perimeter for that matter, right? So there is no restricted boundaries on which the people will work and on which, CISO and his team will apply the security controls. And I mean, you can see we are in the era now where the extension has reached to a level whereby we need to devise or design the controls all the way from the data center to the user's desktops or a laptop. So how do I secure the chain? How do I secure the extended ecosystem of the people accessing the applications remotely, carrying out the transactions? So I'm sure in the next few days there will be a good deliberation will happen, and we will come out with a new security architecture. I think you all will be hearing a word called zero trust architecture, zero trust access. So new kid on the block in a way from the definition perspective, but the people will come out with a more framework to access this particular animal, and you will find a lot of good approaches on around the securing the devices, securing the transactions, securing the communication channel, securing the applications, and with the thought process could be moving towards completely unknown. I'm not going to trust the users, which I used to, because the user was working from office, where there were environmental controls, physical controls, and technological controls. When these controls are absent now, how and on what basis I'm going to trust the users, and on what basis I'll mitigate the risk? So we'll have to wait and watch. From the security budget perspective, of course, I mean, industry-wide, there is a lot of pressure on generating more revenue streams and more channels. So while the banking industry largely has responded to this situation by advising the customers to become more digital savvy and use the mobile banking, use the internet banking for carrying out their transactions, either related to the liabilities or related to the retail assets, right? Maybe for a loan or for credit card, debit card purposes, which is extremely progressive and the apt step, what we wanted all along now, that is being a digital, which is fine. But at the same time, I think with the kind of pressure the institutions has because of this lockdown, I'm sure there will be a pressure on revenue streams. Please focus on what is really must to have, is what my thought process would be. On the industry would move towards going ahead with must to have related approaches rather than good to have related approach. That is point number one. I can also see some reliance on maybe some open source softwares which will be adopted. And I'll think there would be a kind of rethinking and rekindling on the prioritization of the security initiative. So upskilling, reskilling is a very important element right now. So the emphasis could be as part of the rationalizing the budgets would be to make sure that your team gets trained in multiple areas. And a guy who's suppose managing, say, network security may not be restricting himself only for the network piece, but has to going ahead and maybe doing a breach simulation platform or maybe a threat hunting, right? A threat hunting guy can do more on the network security part or vulnerability management part, or as simple as the security operations center. So I think those upskilling, reskilling needs to happen, which will happen in my perspective. So I think these 2-3 things will drive the further investment and the subsequent return on the investment. Again, it's too early to comment. Give all of us at least another 3 to 6 months to really come to a completely analyzed understanding on this particular area, on the investments or the budgets, and I think we all will get to know about it shortly. COVID-19 has put a good amount of stress on InfoSec practitioners, which is a reality now. But I don't think there will be any delay in terms of accreditations. We need to ramp up our efforts. There is no second thought to it. And it is very clear, at least my thought process point of view, that we are no more in a situation whereby, as I said, there's a restricted perimeters and the logs are getting ingested in a data center and monitored. So the whole architectural changes the working from home has brought in for all of us. Detecting attack is a challenge, but I think we need to collectively work together, define the architecture, take the logs, and then detect the attacks and respond to the situation. So again, as I said, it's not silver bullet, or there is no quick answer I can give you right now. But there are good number of approaches, options available for all of us, and that needs to be adopted. I believe that CISO has to be fundamentally a technologist number one first. I mean, I've seen good number of research saying that the CISO has to be a business guy first and then a technologist. I don't agree with this. So being a technologist, I think keeping abreast of what happening about the threat landscape, how it is getting evolved, what are the new trends happening on cybersecurity front in terms of merger and acquisition, what are the new startups and what areas they are coming up, are they having a visibility or these areas is extremely important for a CISO. For himself to define the strategy, to tweak the strategy. Another important aspect is the focus on the skill sets, right? So whatever the people, the team you have, I think upskilling, reskilling is another important one. To sum it up, I think it's a very new era. All of us, all are learning. Nobody is perfect in this world right now. We all are learning, and we are responding reasonably well. And I must congratulate to CISO community for proving their credentials in this tough time and helping their organizations, facilitating their organizations to handle this challenge. All the best, friends. And absolutely, thank you so much. Congratulations. Do well. Thank you.